I don't want to just go out and win. I want to go out and dominate.
I don't want to walk away with any regrets this weekend.
Being the fittest on earth, I'm here to defend my title.
There's only two outcomes. Either I win or I lose.
It's the final stop on the road to the fittest. Madison, Wisconsin, and the 2018 Reebok CrossFit Games. The cool thing about 2018, you had all these events that not only were they great tests of fitness, but they looked spectacular. You look at events like the Criterion race, it was unbelievable. We are underway. Oh, Patrick Vellner has dropped a chain, but Holta has overtaken Laura Horvath, and Kristen Holta will win event number 1.
Wow.
We had a marathon row, and it was incredible to watch.
We went from 42,000 meters to 700 meters remaining.
And now he can smile. You had Battleground. Fraser takes a nasty spill off of that. Hoorah! Cole Sager takes the Battleground. We had an event like Chaos where the athletes didn't know what they were going to do, and you had the slug at the end that they had to pull. She says she's a sled dog, and she proves it here.
Look at this guy. Man.
It was really cool to see Matt Fraser continue his dominance.
And Matt Fraser has mathematically clinched.
Patrick Vellner, who's a fan favorite athlete and has kind of had to overcome some obstacles on his route to podium finishes the last couple of years.
And Pat Vellner conquers the chaos and wins event 9.
Tia Claire Toomey joined the ranks of the all-time elite by going back-to-back.
2 for Toomey. She is the fittest woman on earth. And this girl that we had no idea was going to do as well as she did, Laura Horvath, she was an actual contender who might not only wind up on the podium, but also might win this whole thing. Somebody get out there and tell this woman she's a rookie.
It was a great year. It was something we were completely happy with and proud of, to say the least.
This was as big as it's going to get. That we have finally arrived. For the 3rd straight year, he is the fittest man on earth.
Coming off of the 2018 games, everybody was kind of riding high. You know, had this landmark year in terms of participation at the games, broadcast coverage, media coverage, and everyone felt like we were just setting ourselves up for continued greatness. And then all of a sudden, with like one snap of the fingers, it was like Thanos and Avengers, and all of it changed.
I've never seen something so good go so badly so fast. There were announcements that we're getting rid of regionals. No one knew what that meant. They just knew that regionals were going away. Okay, well, what's going to replace it?
We didn't really know what was happening. You didn't know who to believe, what to believe, because it didn't actually come from the horse's mouth.
I read it through the morning trucker, actually, as many of us did. If I look back, those 3 to 5 months after that announcement were very uneasy, certainly from an athlete's perspective.
Right now it's October 1st. The season has changed quite a lot. We don't really know how it's going to be 100%.
You have your season, and that's just the way that it's been for a long time. And suddenly, it's almost like someone took the table and threw it all up, and I don't even know what my season looks like.
The way in which information is being given out, it makes it very difficult for the people that want to compete to make decisions. And it is, in my opinion, not respecting their livelihood and their careers and their amount of time. They're defining fitness. And that now has been diminished on a significant scale because the athlete now is meandering along going, you know what, where's the guidance? Where's the direction? Where are the rules? And that makes it tough.
Then all of a sudden, we fired half the media staff.
With them laying off all the media people, every person with a camera is now like the professional blogger about CrossFit, and they're giving their expert opinion on everything.
So HQ has laid off like 100 people in the past 6 months. What the f is going on?
Okay, well, what does that mean for those of us who were left over? What does that mean for the coverage of the sport moving forward? There was so much confusion and so much that was unknown that it was really difficult to go in every day and do your job not knowing if the very next day you're going to be told that you're out.
So I was in Brazil, I got a phone call, and they were like, Mars, you're no longer needed. Your services are kaput. So I basically was like, wow, after 10 years of creating all this stuff and all this work we've done together, it's over. It was almost like, you know, The Sopranos, it's over, dude, you know?
I panicked. I think anyone that's in the media space that's hoping this sport grows and wants to sort of be a part of the future, to see suddenly cut immediately, you're like, oh God, is it over? What's going to happen?
But I ultimately saw this as an opportunity. CrossFit was no longer going to be creating any media. I like creating content and I like this sport. There's a big pool here that I can jump in and make a big splash with it. So having created the movies we have in the past, we set out to make this film, and we wanted it to be unbiased, untied to other sponsors, and we needed to basically fund it independently. So our solution was, let's create our own little show.
What's up, everybody? We're here. We're at the Rogan vacation of Hawaii. In Aruba.
Along the way, we started this thing called the Buttery Bros.
Roll the foot, roll the foot, roll the foot.
And that actually turned out to be like a whole different level of fun and challenge that we haven't ever done before.
Let us do the test.
So we put that show out onto YouTube.
I did.
Had a ton of fun doing it.
This is the best thing we've ever done.
What's up, boys? Welcome to Vermont.
We spent a week in Dubai with three-time fittest on earth, Matt Fraser.
Guess who's blacking out?
As he secured a ticket to the CrossFit Games through a new process called a sanctional.
Get it, bro.
Two-time champ T. Claire Toomey and three-time podium finisher Patrick Bellner walked all over the competition at a sanctional in Miami.
That was the competition right there.
Spent a weekend in the hills of St. Cloud, Minnesota with Brent Fikowski.
Don't put that in. Consistent podium contender Sarah Sigmundsdottir let us train with her in San Diego and follow her around a sanctional in London.
We thrashed ourselves at training camps with Katra Davidsdottir and Annie Thorisdottir, both two-time champs.
You guys are so impressive.
Yeah. Along with other podium contenders, Brooke Wells.
Oh my gosh, did you see that?
Amanda Barnhart, BKG, Laura Horvath.
The two-time teen CrossFit champion and 18-year-old Haley Adams, and James Newberry.
Not to mention, you also buy some nice pair of shoes.
You get a pair of shoes, you get a pair of shoes, you get a pair of shoes.
All of these athletes are ticket to the CrossFit Games at some point in the season, but how they qualified was a little hard to follow. Prime example, Patrick Bell.
So I'm pretty sure I qualified through the Open.
Wait, you don't know?
I'm pretty sure it was through the Open.
But we go into the season with the first section event, I think, in December, and there's no rule book. Again, the theme of the entire couple of months after the games was just mass confusion, and no one knew how that was all going to work out.
So the CrossFit Games season used to be very linear and easy to follow. From 2011 to 2018, it was like a big funnel where athletes started with the CrossFit Games Open. From there, the top athletes would qualify for one of 9 regional level competitions. From that pool of athletes, 40 men and 40 women would then be invited to compete at the CrossFit Games to determine who was the fittest on earth. The new way looks like this. The top 20 men and women from the Open earn a spot. If you're a national champion in the Open, you earn a spot. You win a sanctional event, you earn a spot. In 2019, there was 15 sanctionals. Overall, 143 men and 117 women showed up at the CrossFit Games.
I think early on, you needed a PhD to figure out who was going to win the games.
With the sanctional system and the backfilling process and the fact that the Open was wedged in the middle of the season between sanctionals, it really added a lot of, I don't know, back of the napkin math, I guess, if you will, on how athletes would get to the games.
In terms of getting rid of regionals, replacing with sanctionals, I absolutely love that. It gives the freedom to the athletes to choose where they want to compete,
one would expect in terms of the new format. Hey, it doesn't matter. There's a new way to get there, and the best guys and the right guys are going to get to the games. And then once we get to the games, we will we'll give them an amazing test and find the fittest alive.
You know, like in 2018 and sort of the years before, you knew you were looking at the best of the best of the best. 2019, we weren't so sure, right? There were national champions that, you know, may not be as good as some guys in your boxes. But in the end, you know, that's sort of when the national champions came out and the whole parade of champions, you saw how excited everyone was and everyone leaned in. It was awesome. That was beautiful. But yeah, we didn't know. We had no idea.
Does this new format still find us the fittest man and fittest woman? These are the questions I was asking going into the weekend.
Okay, we're heading over to the convention center.
Checking in.
Athlete check-in.
I've been here, but this is your first time here. What's going through your head right now?
I mean, it feels kind of similar. I'm curious to see how this goes.
Checking in.
Checking in. How many games is this?
7. I had to count the other day. Like 7 games. That's a lot.
What's up, YouTubers?
What's going on? What are we doing?
Checking in. I'm on PR pace already. Went by the soundbite. They're like, yo, we got your soundbite from last year. You just keep moving.
How are you? I'm so good. How are you?
Shoot, I'm so good. Yes, Kat, we know.
Right now, we're in Madison, Wisconsin. Venue is right over there for the games. It's Tuesday. Competition starts on Thursday. I think there's 140, 150 individual males. I think there's 130-ish individual females.
I don't know what's going on. We got nothing. Normally we know like an event or two or like kind of a general idea that we'll be swim running or something, but we know nothing.
Day one starts now.
Day one starts now. They haven't announced officially a workout, but they posted on .com a workout that I had heard was a workout for the CrossFit Games 2 weeks ago.
Which was like 400-meter runs, legless rope climbs, and some snatches.
That's the one.
We'll see if that's it, but that's the word out on the street.
Oh, what's up, team? Oh, good. You guys have more luggage than me. Oh, are all you guys with you?
It's so easy.
You didn't bring a gang? Intimidation factor. Until I get kicked out by security.
Do you know when you have like neighbors and you mow your lawn and you mow right down the boundary? I feel like that's what I've just done.
We know absolutely nothing.
Okay.
So I pretty much came prepared to be here for like 20 hours.
Gotcha.
Because we have no clue if we need our running shoes, if we need weightlifting shoes, if we need... So I got like 3 different pairs of shoes, turf shoes.
Gotcha.
I'm just trying to think. We absolutely know nothing.
So what we know right now is after the first event, they're going to cut about half the field. So there's about 140 men, 148 men, and after the first event, half those men are sitting in the stands, the other half, 75 or so, get to continue competing.
I know these people were super excited. They're going to get to come to Madison for the CrossFit Games. And then, once they've booked their trips and once everyone is set to come to the CrossFit Games, the announcement is made that, by the way, we're going to cut down to 75 athletes after the first event. And I think there were a lot of national champions who realized that their trip was going to last one event.
And people are like, well, what's the deal? Like, these athletes are going to go there and get knocked out after one workout. Like, that's not a cool thing. Meeting those people, it's a cool thing. Like, if you're from Jamaica trying to be a bobsledder, you get it that like you're gonna go there, you're gonna get your one qualifying event and you're gonna be out. Or if for a lot of years ago, like you're a weightlifter from America, you're lifting on Thursday when the finals are, everyone else on the A stage is going on a different day, but you get your Olympic rings on tattoo on your ankle. It's really cool for these people to be there, and it made it feel like a world stage.
It sucks to make this big trip. I don't think it's super fair that they announced this cut system well after all the athletes likely have paid a lot of money to come here and help grow this sport. I think it's a little disingenuous.
We need to deal with an incredibly large field and how to whittle them down. And Greg Glassman wanted some cuts at the games this year, some bigger cuts down to some smaller cuts. And we had to come up with a good creative way to make that happen and to get to the size of field that he wanted. when he wanted.
Once that announcement is made that there's going to be so much riding on the first event, the big conversation becomes, all right, well, what is that event going to be?
What do you do to cut half the field?
Oh,
like, my gut tells me it's got to be like
400-meter run.
Like that 800-meter run. Yeah. Half mile.
You know, if that event isn't structured well, they could lose a lot of great athletes out of there if it was, 2K row.
I feel like it's going to be some kind of run, swim, I don't know, maybe some odd object, something you get back, and like you immediately have to jump into like 30 muscle-ups for time, and that's a scored event. Immediately into some amount of snatches, or I don't know. I feel like you'd have to do something like that, but I don't know.
Like, like you earn points at each stage. That'd be cool.
Yeah, so like you'll have like 300 or 400 points in event one.
The first event had to be something that was going to be a legitimate CrossFit core test to be able to say, half of you are gone, half of you are staying.
I know if someone told me the task of, hey, you have 1 day to filter, cut this field in half. Ooh, all right. That's a lot of logistics going on. So we'll see what happens.
We are going to CrossFit.com for today's event. Run 400, 3 legless rope climbs, 7 snatches. 185 for the men, 130 for the women, 4 rounds, 4 time. The snatches are squat. Go warm up.
Not too much running, just a mile, so feeling good. Feeling really good.
I like it, man. I'm excited for this year. Just trying to soak in it all and have fun with every event. This is going to be a good one to kick it off.
I mean, now we know the first workout. But even showing up this morning, we didn't know what it would be. And I think that's really cool. That'd be so cool if the CrossFit Games were that way. That literally we don't know and get to know before we have to warm up.
I got messages from other games athletes that aren't competing anymore that said event 1 was the best program workout I've ever seen at the CrossFit Games. And I said, yep, I completely agree. It was a perfect workout.
So far, not a single athlete has finished this event.
People were capable of doing it. Most people weren't capable of finishing it in the time cap. It was a statement test. We're the best in the world. Guys over here, they all had no problem finishing.
Greg Slick is here, and he will take heat 1.
I remember watching the first heat of the first event, and some guys couldn't do a legless rope climb. And if they did happen to get past that, they couldn't snatch 185.
This event is crushing athletes. Out of the 100 that have taken the field, only 14 have managed to finish.
The top athletes from out of the Opens will all be on the field, including the 4 women who have each won the CrossFit Games.
I wanted to stamp my ground and show that, I'm here and I mean business.
Second heat of event 1. First cut is underway.
Adrenaline is high, everyone's coming out hot, but the key is managing your pace in that first round.
And here's the bottom line for these athletes. You finish this event, you're moving on.
Playing it safe will get you so far, and I've done that for a number of years, and I think that now it's time to sort of play with fire a little bit sometimes, and that's how you're going to win.
Makes the turn first. Tia Juby also making the turn.
I did not think I was going to be breaking so much on the rope climbs and be so close to failure.
It was all like just making sure you didn't blow up for the legless rope climbs.
Tia has been off to an incredibly fast pace, basically from the get-go.
The 2 men who we thought would be battling for the top of the podium are fighting for the top spot in the final heat of this opening event.
And I was just looking at Matt's back and thinking, screw this guy, I'm going to try to make a move and give him something to think about early.
I was running behind Annie and Sarah, and then I looked over on the 3rd round of rope climbs, and I had moved ahead of them, and I was like, what is happening right now?
This is more than just an event win. This is a statement from everyone, including the athletes, about what's going to happen the next 4 days.
I flew too close to the front and I was starting to fall apart. I was mangled and basically survival mode till the end of that workout.
It is lonely out there right now for Tia Toomey. She's the only woman on the other side of the field. 100 points for Toomey to start the 2019 Reebok Classic Games. Haley Adams will take fourth, an impressive start for the youngster. Different year, different format, different event, same result. Matt Fraser takes event one in dominant fashion.
And that gave me a 6th placing overall for that first event, so it was a good start to the weekend for me.
I finished, as fast as I could. I think I was just a little disappointed that it wasn't good enough for a higher finish, to be honest.
I crawled across the line in like 9th, gave up a bunch of spots in the last movement of the workout.
Sort of laid the foundation of what was to come for the rest of the weekend. It gave us a strong start, and that was awesome for me to see.
If you've never seen Matt Fraser compete, you would think that there's something wrong with the rest of the field.
It is unbelievable.
Bust my hump, win the event. What's my lead? 2 points. 10th place victory on day 1 is worth 80 points. 10th place victory on day 4, you get 10 points. Ooh. Better hope you get your shitty events done on day 1. But then at the same time, you don't want your shitty events on day 1 because you need to make the cuts. So, yeah, it was stressful.
CrossFit. Just pushed too hard too early. Tried to chase Matt. Didn't need to. Probably could have taken a second or third. Pretty easy, but pushed it, failed some reps. Probably took like maybe a top 10, like probably 7 or something like that. So that's annoying.
Effort-wise, I'm really happy. Like, there were, out of the 10 that I completed, there were probably 5 that I was about to fail. Like, I was always, like, on that, like...
But you never failed?
No.
Oh, nice.
So, of course I want to do better, but in that case, I'm like, I nailed it.
Huge sigh of release. I was low-key terrified.
Really?
But it went way better than I had expected, so... Every time I've done rep climbs out of the past, I haven't gotten a single rep, so...
Oh.
Today I got 10.
Good job.
Thanks.
Talk to me
It was
about that.
buttery out there.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like... felt like I was just training, like... Just like at home, just trying to keep up with the crew, so...
Yeah, just like a mayhem crew.
Yeah, just like this, just trying to keep up.
Yeah, I was talking to one girl and she was like, when would I ever like be competing with like Catherine and Annie and Sarah and like myself? It's like, so to them, even though it might only be one event, it's really cool because they actually got to like work out with us.
Cool.
I got 5 no reps in like this rope climb in a 3rd round. So it hurts. But that's just part of it, right?
They haven't officially put anything on the website now, so we're just trying to guess who made it through. There are some quite surprising results.
We'll go 1 through 10 first. First name, Tia Claire Toomey.
First place, Tia Claire Toomey.
Yeah, watching the first set of cuts, we sort of called them the rose ceremony. Felt a little like an episode of The Bachelor where they were like separating the group.
Dave's giving the roses out at the front.
The first day they went through, read 75 men's names. You get up when you hear your name, walk out to the front. Once everyone's there, they say, all right, everyone else, thanks for coming.
This was the broadest and deepest field ever from an international stage representing
Everyone's like, that has, all the coaches that have an athlete that didn't make it through, come and be with your athlete. And then they would come and be with the athlete, and they would go around and cut their bracelets. Like, you're out. I know it's brutal, but it's also kind of like, oh, that's a harsh reality. Like,
Once those cuts started to happen, even with the first one, you could see some guys were pretty upset, and it really only got worse from there.
Congratulations, you guys survived the first cut. 150 down to 75. This event was long and fun, right? Right? We're gonna switch gears and we're gonna do something a little shorter. But we're gonna keep the triplet format to make it a balanced event. And we're gonna make it a triplet chipper
starting with row.
What was the workout, bro? Did you get it?
Yeah, so the workout is rowing, 800 meters, 66 shoulder to overhead, 100 and something feet handstand walk. Quick, moving.
Final heat of the final event here on day number 1 for the individual 2019 Reebok CrossFit Games. Second cut. We start with the 800-meter row, and then it is on to the kettlebell.
I knew the workout wouldn't be one in the row, so I needed to just make sure I got through the row without getting my heart rate too high.
You can't coast the row, because if you coast the row, you just lose too much time. You don't blast the row. You got to be consistent. You got to be working on it.
Everyone's coming off the rower within 4 seconds from the first person to last person.
Row is done. Now it's on to the kettlebell push press. Matt Fraser and Chandler Smith, 35 pounds in each hand. They have to do 66 total repetitions, and now a no rep for Fraser.
As soon as they briefed it and they told us the standards, I was like, oh, this is going to be messy.
It was forcing you to bring your hands down to somewhere where the judge can, on an easier basis, see that it's underneath.
I smashed the shit out of my fingers. Every time it hurt, I was like, good, that rep counts.
I'd assume I got about 15 no reps.
Every judge has a particular standard that they want, and it's really hard sometimes to make sure that the field is even when it comes to judging and the movement standard.
You can't be flustered by getting a no rep. You just got to keep cranking them out.
Matt Fraser may have done about 80 of those things, but he's done, and now the first man onto the handstand walk.
As soon as I kicked up, I was probably 10 feet into my first handstand walk. I'm like, uh-oh. I kicked up a little sooner than I should have.
I put the kettlebells down and I kicked up. I think it took me a couple steps to be like, oh shit, like my hands are not okay. And then I kept walking, and then
Katrin David's daughter is one of the best in the sport on her hands. I have never seen her struggle this much.
You had significant portions that you had to do unbroken. Otherwise, you had to go back to the start.
So I went for it on that one and was feeling really good. Was right near the front of the pack in the top heat.
Leaders in this heat getting closer to the finish line. Rookie Danielle Brandon's going to win the event. Now Brooke Wells is in, and she will take second.
Kick down, take a look around, shake out. The arms got fresher as I went.
Bukowski started to creep up on Fraser, but now Fraser back on his hands, looking for another event win. 2 for 2 for the champ. Perfect on day 1.
You know, and at that point, you start thinking, I wonder if he just wins them all. You know what I mean? But like at that stage, it's really easy to think that. Like, shit, he just won all of day 1. Maybe he just wins the whole weekend.
Brent Bukowski looking to wrap up second place, and now he has fallen. Bukowski's got to go back. Koski's across the finish line, and he'll take second.
Felt like I had it in my ability pretty comfortably to finish the large last section unbroken, and my shoulders had other plans for me just in the last few steps.
Now James Newberry is in.
When I crossed the line and looked around and there was only like a couple of people standing there, I was just like, this is not right. What did I do? Did I miss a set?
Pat Vellner is across. He's going to take 12th in the event. Now Brent Bukowski, who was within inches of a top 3 finish, is across the finish line. Bukowski's going to take 17th.
Those are the things that unfortunately you look back on when a weekend's over and you go, oh man, that's a lot of points.
Tia Toomey is not going to be your overall leader after 2 events. Right now, unofficially, it looks like that honor is going to go to Carrie Pierce.
And I placed 12th. I wasn't ideally happy with that.
So you go from thinking, we're on a roll here, baby, and then we hit the worst workout.
You know, with those tests, with those events and the cuts, it was in your best interest not to have a bad event. You really needed to try to stay consistent.
Matt Fraser, he's got the leader's jersey on, and it's probably going to stay on him all the way through this entire competition.
No. I'm going to go hang out with Sammy, yo. Yeah. Go have some food.
some AC, put on some shorts with some pockets.
Are you got cupcakes in your shorts right now?
No, the shorts are too small, so the pockets are like flaring out, so Keith just cut them out.
Thought he said he had cupcakes in his pockets, and I was like, awesome, give me one, please.
So I believe we're probably gonna go and get all the cuts and everything now. I do wish that, you know, everyone could experience a full weekend. I think everyone wishes that. But that said, like the logistics and everything to actually get that many athletes.
I don't know if you saw, I literally I fell over the line. I wasn't even sure if I got, I look up at my judge and he was like, I was like,
give it to her, give it to her, give it to her.
So I guess they're making some more cuts right now. So I have to listen to that, and then, I mean, I'm hoping that we get another workout or something, but they didn't say that, so.
I'm not in the hospital yet today, so yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's a win. Yeah,
Win-win.
James Newbury. Ben Smith. Mackenzie Riley. Sarah Sigmundsdottir.
At that point, the people who advanced to the top 50, now we're talking about well-rounded, complete CrossFitters in that top 50 based off of those two events. And if you couldn't get past those cuts, you know, you have a lot of work to do, and you're maybe not ready for that level. But you should still be there if you earn it via country championship.
Looking at all the guys that didn't qualify, there were a handful of them that I would assume were expecting to, and I could just kind of feel that pain and empathize with them, so that was tough. But obviously bittersweet because I made the cut, so I'm feeling good about that, but feeling sorry for them, so.
You made it.
The whole cut thing's fun.
Oh, did you make the cut?
Made it. Barely.
It's fun?
Yeah. Fun when you're on that side of the line, I guess.
Ben Smith.
I don't know why.
Wild card, baby. Never know what he's second place. Are you second? No, fourth. Yeah.
When I go to a restaurant, like, I'm at the point now where I have the menu, and then I just turn to Sam and go, what would I like? And she'll like tell me.
She'll order for you?
I really do. It's kind of cute.
I mean, it might be cute to you guys, but it's like annoying.
He's like, especially like the steak list, it's like, which one? You know, it's like New York strip, sirloin strip, ribeye, like all the different cuts.
I was really happy with event 1. I probably got about 15 no reps on event 2, so I was a little annoying.
Are those caramelized apples?
Yeah, man. What, you think we eat raw apples in this household?
Well, yeah, not everyone's got feeding the flavors.
Did you say feeding the flavors? Woo! Feeding them flavors.
So Sammy came in the picture a couple years after Chief Keef.
Then after that one, put your action.
Oh,
Well, it's okay. It's okay. No. What are you doing?
When I'm insecure, she's the one reassuring me that everything's going to be okay. That, you know, every year, a couple days before the game starts, it's, I love you no matter what.
We are making cinnamon bun pancakes and mix our wet ingredients together and then our dry ingredients wet and then we fold in the egg whites. You want to keep look.
I don't go too in depth with it, win or lose. When I'm coming home to the same house. Coming home to the same hug.
Yeah, what you know about that, Chief?
You get my games on right now. Is that protein in it?
Yes.
99% of the time, I'm not getting on an airplane without a Keef by my side.
Do it. Yeah, Chief.
He was the first person to ever tell me that I could be world champion. He told me so early on that I thought he was weird.
Yep, definitely.
So check this out. What is Matt Frazier in the world? He is, not even arguing, he is the fittest man alive, the best CrossFitter. And those two workouts were the essence of CrossFit. Those were pure CrossFit workouts. And he destroyed those. But he's the best CrossFitter in the world.
After day 1 with Matt winning both events and then Tia doing really well, we had basically the last couple of years champion in the front. We felt like, okay, this is going to be what we're going to see play out throughout the rest of the weekend. Matt in front, Tia in front, maybe running away with it.
Individual athletes. This event is 4-time, a 6K ruck run.
So they're going to do a 6,000 meter ruck, but every basically mile they're going to increase the weight. So 20, 30, 40, 50 pounds, which is awesome.
The Go Ruck guys approached us and said, hey, would you like to do a Go Ruck event at the games? And I said, I'd consider it.
I'm exactly where I need to be right now.
I decided, well, I think we can do this for both genders. Instead of having a men's weight and a women's weight, let's just go with one weight. And I think that played out brilliantly.
Men and women all on the field at the same time here, 100 total athletes, and we will cut down to 40 each after this event.
One of my least favorite things about the Beyonce games is mass starts. It's just scary and like you could easily get trampled.
Mass starts, it's like, all right, you can play a game. And it's even cooler when the guys are there too.
So I tapped the guy in front of me on the shoulder and I said, excuse me, I'm coming through.
I think I watched Sager run like a PR 400 to get out of the stadium, and then I think he promptly died shortly after.
This is the opening lap, 4 total here around this 1,500 meter circuit. Tia Toomey, your leader for the women right now, as he looks to reclaim the top spot on the overall leaderboard.
You could run with it for a long time and kind of trot, but in that event for 6K, like people ran fast.
It's long and it just gets harder because you keep adding 10 pounds to your ruck and 10 pounds to your ruck.
As we transitioned through each round, we had to run into the field. There were 10-pound bags all over that you had to just run up to, unzip your backpack, add a sandbag in, zip it back up, and take off.
Hochberg has loaded his bag and he is off first.
Lucas Hogberg is ridiculous. He just like holds it like this and runs like he's skipping his way to school. And he like crushed everybody.
Then you had someone like Chandler Smith who does rucks all the time with the Army, so he kind of broke away on his own.
Tia Toomey leads for the women as she looks to win her second event of this competition and put herself right back on top of the overall standings.
It was about getting out in front and getting a really strong start, because if you got a good start, you weren't boxed in, then you were able to just back it off and hold a solid pace for the workout.
Matt Fraser is in, and now that pack will go from 30 to 40 pounds.
So I wanted to be as efficient as possible with it. The one zipper was on the vertical side of the bag, the other zipper was on the top, and just pull them into the corner. So it's just one movement with the zipper instead of having to move both. Throw the bag in, zip it up, back with the right arm, hook it with the left, clip, go.
As the bag got a little fuller with the sandbags, the zippers were getting pulled as the backpack bounced around. And I thought, if I don't close this all the way, it's possible that my sandbag will come out, and I'm sure that that would cost me a lot of time if I have to go back and get the sandbag.
Lucas Hochberg is going to lock up the event win, and that is huge.
Looks like he had a walk in the park.
Chandler Smith is across, and now Matt Fraser has finished.
Across the finish line, you know, finished, I think, 6th. Was happy with it.
Here's the pack of women who are in the lead, and this is going to be a great finish.
And it gets to the last corner, and Emily then breaks off.
Rolfe makes the turn, Toomey behind her, and it's Holta in third, and it looks like Emily Rolfe is going to win her first career event at the CrossFit Games. Toomey will take second, and it's Holta in third.
That was intense. That was a great race, though. I really, really liked that one.
The low back on everybody had just like this massive canvas burn. And so for the rest of the weekend, we had some tender low backs.
Poor Haley Adams. I don't think I've seen anyone's as worse as hers.
When she turns, we see the back of her white shorts. And they're red.
I didn't even feel it actually until I got an ice bath. I was just like, why is my back like stinging? It's on fire.
I mean, her back is still jacked up. It's gonna be permanently scarred.
I don't know if these rucks were meant to be used in that capacity with that amount of weight.
50 pounds is not a ruck anymore. It's like a sandbag mile after 3 miles before that.
Faltering a bit, still getting that kind of 10th place finish, but I need some bigger points, especially as the point system gets a little bit more significant. Point drop.
I feel like so far I've been playing the middle ground. I'm hoping that I'll get some that I'll crush it on and get some good scores. Hopefully none that I get too crushed on.
What's up, you two guys?
Event got done, and wasn't too long after that we started just hearing that, wait, Matt might be getting penalized. Okay, what happened? What do you do?
We get into the athlete briefing for the next event, and Dave called me down. I was like, hey, what's up? And he's like, hey, you lost the sandbag on the run. What? What are you talking about? It was like on the last corner before coming into the field. I felt something brush my right foot, and so I turned to look to see what it was. Like, I didn't know if it was an athlete that hit me or what it was. So I turned and I saw one of the big orange sandbags that were the weights for the fence, the legs of the fence. And I just saw that and was like, oh, that's what it was.
I really believe he didn't know. You're rucking, he's racing, it's CrossFit Games. That thing pops out, and everyone's like, he looked back. Yeah, he glanced over, so what? He didn't, it's not like he stopped and turned around. He just glanced back and kept going. I don't think he knew it fell at all.
The scoreboard got adjusted and they gave me a minute penalty. So it dropped me from 6th place to 17th place.
There was a lot of pressure on our team to go much harder, but I think this was appropriate for the actual situation.
After that event, looking at the leaderboard, you start to realize that the possibility of you getting cut is starting to creep in.
I'm good looking. How's it going, baby? Did you hear about that next event? No, haven't. So they sled push down. Yeah. 18 bar muscle ups for the men, 50 for the women. Sled push back. It's like 2-3 minutes maybe. Yeah, that's a race. Gas pedal. Gas pedal.
Sled dog about to go push the sled. Probably gonna smash it. What do you think about that?
Let's go.
Gymnastics sled dog.
Stop. Stop.
I was excited by that one, but there was definitely some fear because, that was going to be under 3 minutes.
That was going to be an all-out event. You just needed to send it, as the kids say.
That one was brutal. I thought it was going to be a 90-second ripping off a Band-Aid type thing, and it turned into just a trudge.
Seconds matter in this event. All these athletes trying to survive the next cut.
As soon as we started pushing it, I was like, this is not a sprint sled.
I think I pleasantly surprised myself and was one of the first ones across the line on the initial sled.
Talk about leg burner as well.
Just watching all those girls just pull that sled, that was really hard.
Now on to the 15 bar muscle up. You can't waste any time here. You saw in the last heat, 2/100ths of a second to be the difference between first and second place.
You had to make sure you go on working on those bar muscle ups. Those bar muscle ups might as well not have even been there.
Noah Olson battling with Samuel Blunt. Jacob Pepper a couple reps back.
The bar muscle ups unbroken. They felt great.
Olson's up. He's back on the sled. Jamie Green is in the lead, but here comes Amanda Barnhart chewing up real estate in a hurry.
As soon as it was time to come back on the sled, my sled got stuck on the tape. It was getting stuck on the thing, and I'm like throwing the sled up and down, trying to make sure that it would move.
I hope everyone knows that I'm trying my hardest right now, but it probably looks like I'm just stuffing around with this sled.
There was no running with the sled. It was trudging.
I was like, every single step you take has to be maximum effort, and you're not going to stop. And man, I wanted to stop so bad.
It seemed like some of the big boys who should be able to push a tiny sled like that very well, like we couldn't get it up to speed at all. You look like down the lane to your left and somebody's like running with it standing up, and you're like, what is that guy? What is he doing? Like, what is he doing that I'm not doing?
I remember watching Noah run with the sled. I know he's not that much better at me at pushing a sled.
Noah Olsen's gonna take seconds in the event.
Lost the event win by, I think, 0.9 seconds. A little bit bittersweet there because it would have been my first event win, but I just tried to celebrate the fact that I had done really well. It was my first major success at the games so far.
Amanda Barnhart is going to win the sprint couplet. Wow. My goodness. Tia Toomey looks like she is going to hang on to the overall lead. Matt Fraser's still on the field, and Newberry's right next to him.
He was right next to me at points, so I knew, like, all right, I need to beat James. And I was able to just trudge it out a tiny bit faster than him.
Now we hit the finish line and people were just looking around like, what just happened?
What's happening with my legs? It kind of like hits you afterwards. It's one of those events.
I could not stand at the end of that workout.
And I don't know what it is that was causing it this year, but it seemed that there were quite clearly certain lanes that were much faster than others. Some people were pushing 200-pound sleds, and some people were out pushing a stroller.
There's no chance those sleds are the same. Hey, lane made a difference. But we know a sled move. No fucking way. Anyone have more ice for these things? Good. 3, 2, 1, go. I hit my sled, just went full. Same. Bullshit. On the way back, I caught on the tape. Yeah, me too.
I have never felt a 25-pound sled feel that heavy before. We had the same issue back in 2014 where it was like some of the lanes were in sunlight longer than others, and so some people were able to just do a straight up 100-meter sprint with their sled, and then there's others of us that it's like we're plowing a field.
When you had that argument in Carson on the grass, where there were some sections of grass that were wetter than others, and some sections that were greener than others, and some sections that were dried out and dead, I got the argument there. When you have that argument on artificial turf, on a completely level floor, on completely consistent sled, there is no different consistencies of surface or equipment.
Now we're getting down to those major cuts, and it made it tough for people to put us in bad positions going in.
That was probably the first time I was scared that like I could get cut.
I found out, oh, you finished 27th out of 40 guys, and I was honestly kind of in disbelief.
Since he started winning the games in 2016, it was the first time that he had back-to-back finishes outside of the top 10.
A lot of the top guys at the time took a huge hit, so that shuffled the leaderboard up a ton.
No one was in the lane to my left, and Jake to the right. Jacob and I hit the sleds, and they were like glued to the ground. Noise just took off. And a few guys, I was like, they were done when I was like halfway.
It feels really good.
Not bad.
Oh, man. That was awesome. I needed a little boost like that.
Oh, you did.
That was a good one. Yeah, I think I got everyone's legs. Let's just say, what legs?
What legs?
Blue legs, that's for sure.
I went better for sure. I took my hands off the bar just to like readjust and come down. So that wasn't part of the plan. I can't keep up with these girls. Oh my god. I don't know what's happening. I think I'm just exhausted. I'm trying, but I'm going down fast. Like that, I feel like I should have gone way better, but I'm just exhausted.
Yeah.
And everyone else is too. I just haven't gone through this before, so
Yeah.
I don't know where everyone else feels. I haven't gone through like, this might sound bad, but in the teenage division, like, I didn't really have to go that hard, if that makes sense. Like, it's just new to me, and it's a learning experience.
My legs are gone. Like, I have no idea how it went or anything. So, hopefully it's not bad.
So Mary was a test that I was really worried about implementing in the games this year.
I think this is the first time where we ever had an event in the games that was 4 rounds. It wasn't time capped. We worked the whole 20 minutes, and then whoever had the most reps won.
If I could design a workout at the CrossFit Games, it would probably include those 3 movements and be somewhere in that time domain. So I was really excited for that workout.
That's a workout that's hard to stay focused in, right? Like you're doing so many rounds. I know I was on the floor, I almost fell asleep.
Most guys are getting over 20 rounds, so it's 300 pull-ups.
You're gonna have like little T-Rex arms the next day.
It got very real for me. I think I was sitting at 15th, so I need to stay in the top 20, but everyone from 15th down to 25th, even 30th was super close to the ball.
Under the lights here in the Coliseum at the Alliant Energy Center, it's event 5, Mary. 20 minutes, as many rounds as you can do, 5 handstand push-ups, 10 one-legged squats with pistols, and then finally 15 pull-ups.
Smaller, lighter, gymnastically inclined athletes are going to crush this one.
I mean, Mary's a small guy workout. Everybody kind of knows that. Some of the bigger athletes, we're going to have to mitigate damage.
Me being a longer body and a heavier body, writing with a little bit on the wall there that, I needed to just not look at anyone else, go as hard as I could, and hope for the best.
Noah Olson has never won an event in his career at the CrossFit Games. If he can do it here, he'll replace that guy as your overall leader. You knew, given what was out there, Noah Olson was going to do well. He had a skill set that set up well for that. The problem is that Noah, in events that sometimes favor him, tends to go out a little too hot and tends to really attack when he needs to be a little more strategic.
People, I guess, in the stands still thought that I came out really hot. I felt like I was very in control.
Noah Olson is slightly ahead of Fraser, with Fraser keeping pace. The two of them do 9 rounds.
Try not to break sweat or be out of breath by 10 rounds. Stay controlled, cool through the first 10, and then you're halfway, and then I can push it.
I was not feeling good before that event. I was just feeling beat up and just laying on the floor, just shivering. It felt like I was gonna throw up because of the ruck event. And I was like, Haley, you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You need to get up because this is a good workout for you.
I'm like, we probably have 5 minutes to go, and then I see the time, we're halfway. We're halfway.
Carrie Pierce is the first woman done with 15 rounds. She will move to the other end of the floor and continue to work. Noah Olson is through 15 rounds.
At that point, we only had about 5 or 6 minutes left, so I thought to myself, come on, man, you got this. Just hold on to this for the last 5 minutes.
Noah has this history of making that big mistake where he blows up an event and then he falls off the lead pace. And it was all right there. It all looked like it was going to happen again. He had pressure of Matt behind him, and he had the fact that he was in the lead, and he was keeping an aggressive pace.
I think this is when Noah Olson looks behind him in the water and sees that giant shark fin following behind him.
In the last 2 or 3 rounds, I wanted to keep my pace good in case Noah stopped for some reason.
I want to say on the last 3 rounds, I broke the pull-ups in half. And when I came down, Matt had just started to do a few. And I believe that the crowd saw that as me, opening the door for him to step in and take the lead. But I was very, very conscious of his rep count and my rep count.
It is criminal how easy these women are making this look. Now, 1 minute to go. Carrie Pierce into round 23. Olson done with 22 rounds. Back to the handstand push-ups. 30 seconds to go. Here comes Fraser. Olson to the pull-up bar. 2 seconds. Better late than never. Noah Olson wins. Mary, he is your new overall leader.
That feeling of finishing the workout, finally getting an event win in front of the Coliseum crowd was just amazing. When I finished ahead in that workout, I realized that I was going to be in the overall lead, get the leader jersey back. It had been 5 years since I'd worn that, so that was pretty cool as well.
Unbelievable right now for Carrie Pierce. She's been doing her handstand push-ups basically strict this entire event. 5 more reps for Pierce, the top individual score that we saw today. 104 points as she wins the event and looks to move herself back inside the top 3 and put some pressure on Tia Dooney.
You all the women, obviously, and then she beat all the men. She had the highest score. And incredibly, she did almost every single one of her handstand push-ups straight. That was one of the coolest things I've seen at the games of any year.
Yeah, I asked her the next day, I was like, how are your arms? She just kind of flexed and she was like, they're good.
Yo, bro, wow.
How's that feel?
So cool, it feels so good.
So that's an event win.
It's like unrealistic. Yeah, it was. First event win. We talked about it earlier. Finally locked it up. How wild is that too, that after being that close to one, I just got one.
Dude, that's
Man.
feels so good.
Oh, it does, it really
So
does.
stoked for you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate it, I'm stoked.
Yeah, what was that like, finishing and then going up and having everybody just cheering for you?
Dude, I don't know, it probably sounds cliche to say, but like that's what I train for, that's what we all train for, and I've been trying 6 years to achieve greatness out here, so to get little tastes of greatness feels so rewarding.
Yeah, man.
Oh, good God.
Hey, did you walk to the round of 16 slow in front of me on purpose?
You did, didn't you? You son of a gun. I was like, well, I'm not gonna run around him. I was like, I'll just wait behind him. He'll pick it up, and you're just like,
Dude,
I was like, you son of a biscuit.
Dude, I knew I should have gone left, and I saw you. I didn't see who it was. I didn't know it was you.
Yeah.
And I just got right in front of you and was like,
he's taking his jelly.
I was drinking water.
The cuts for tomorrow is going to be based on the leaderboard standings at the end of the competition day today. So check that before you leave tonight.
It's just scary, like it makes it to where you can't really have a bad workout. I remember Friday of 2017, I was in 31st place.
Wow.
So I had to make cut.
Yeah.
So it's just crazy. But like I came back that year and got like 13th place, so it just kind of stinks that it takes away like comebacks like that.
I'm cut, so.
You're cut?
Yeah, I'm 23rd, so I'm done.
It was actually really shocking to see Brent Fikowski cut at the end of day number 2 after Mary. You know, a guy who's been on the podium and been in the top 5 every year at the games suddenly is gone after 2 days of competition and isn't even in the top 20.
He did poorly on that. He did poorly on some early stuff, and he ended up getting cut after that point, and like, he deserved to be cut.
Yeah, it's been good. It's I was saying before, like it kind of feels like it's getting more like the games now, just with less people. And what's the time?
5 seconds. Every second we do will help out this Sunday, okay? 3. Oh, sorry. 1 and out. Woo, we did it. I'm a survivor. I'm gonna make it.
Oh, that's so painful.
I gotta go do another 20-minute AMRAP. Oh, that was awesome. Now I know how that guy feels every event. Feels good. Feels freaking good.
Actually, there was a workout. Tomorrow morning's workout was announced.
Yeah, did you hear what it is?
It's like a sprint, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's an exact sprint.
That's awesome. I do like lifting, like finding a 1RM or like just a heavy single or something. Doesn't matter what it is. I like doing that because with the adrenaline and the crowd, you tend to get close to, or if not PB, you lift. So it's just like quite rewarding. So I think I would like to see something heavy. That said though, like I really don't care what comes up.
For the majority of the 2018-2019 CrossFit season, I've been training with the 2-time defending champ, Tia Claire Toomey.
My brother from another mother. That is Nat Fraser to me.
When she knows she's gonna be on camera, she puts on base layer, does her hair.
The fact that Matt knows what base layer is.
Because you told me.
I didn't even know what base layer is. Shane, myself, and Matt work so well together.
I mean, just to have those two in the same room is many people's dreams to see train, so I get to live that dream on a daily basis.
I feel like a fierce cheater.
Cheetahs are tiny.
Shane and Matt gang up on me and love to pay me out on a regular basis.
I thought you had on a sweater vest. I was like, you loser.
You're like bringing like this talk that we're like bad-mouthing each other.
Let's make this for the record. I am bad-mouthing Tia.
You know, I secretly know that that's his way of showing me affection.
And so it really turned into a team effort of Shane, Tia, and I every day going into the gym, trying to create something great.
Yeah, you just gotta do your celebration.
I'll do my celebration.
It was an absolute game changer this season. Coming in with that and that different point of view, that helped a lot.
I wish we were doing something I was a little better at this morning, but
How have you thought about the test so far?
I don't think it's been good. First event was great. I think the second event was a cycle speed event with a new standard that had variable judging. And it was too fast. Yeah, it was too fast to really separate people. It was fine, it was okay. The sled one was not great. The ruck run was a good test. And then Mary, I thought, was not a good test either. I thought it was kind of silly. It makes it exciting. It makes it like, I mean, tournaments are like that, right? Like, it's a tournament style sport now. And like, if you have a bad event, you're out. And like, sometimes it doesn't matter if you're people's favorite athlete. Like, if you have like, you still have a stumble and you're out, it's like, tough, better luck next time. That's nicer when there's multiple tournaments in a year. When there's one in the year, it's tough when that's the format. But it's weird to me that you cut to 10 after 6 events with 5 left.
I had thought they'd let 20 compete all day.
I thought so too. And then I'd be 100% confident, no problem. Right. But like with one event that's a sprint, like once you slide one corner, you're cut.
Bubble athletes are Vellner and Annie Thorsdottir, and I think the community would be devastated not to have them around for the weekend. I think Vellner's got a better chance to make it through than Annie. Sprinting's, just not the thing she's going to excel at. Katrin's sitting behind Annie, and I think she'll make it in. But I think she might be the only Icelandic woman who does it, and that would be a huge upset to only have one Icelandic woman in the top 10.
Noah Olsen was wearing the white jersey, and for the first time since Matt Fraser's been on this championship run, all of a sudden it looked like someone had a legitimate chance of beating him. Matt, for the first time, was really going to have to work to get that title back.
I put the leader jersey on, put on the same shoes that I'd been wearing all weekend, and was ready to do what I'd been doing. Being smart about things, not being too emotionally invested in the end result, and it was working so far.
Man, the atmosphere and mood was extremely tense because we just saw it cut to 20 athletes, and now, after the first event, it's just a short, explosive sprint event. We're gonna see the field cut in half down to 10.
Single elimination, baby. 20 to 10, 50% of the field cut after one run.
If you're outside the top 10 and you can't run, you're done. You have to win this event.
There's going to be some people that are going to have to put everything into the sprint and run faster than ever run if they wanted to advance to the next stage, and I was okay with that. We didn't need to have another traditional CrossFit workout.
Wait, you're going to use this one event to determine who's moving on for the rest of the weekend? The top 10?
Katrin, Annie, Sarah, 3 of the daughters and biggest names in the sport are on the bubble. On the men's side, you had Patrick Vellner, 2nd place from the previous year, 3-time podium finisher, Cole Sager, a handful of other big names that guys we're used to seeing in the top 10 year after year. They're in danger of going home before we even get into the meat of the weekend.
That was probably my biggest letdown in the games. How can you make such sweeping cuts in something that is like that?
One cut remains here as we get set to start event 6, a bracket-style event, the sprint. Orca looks like she may have a step on duty. And now the race to the finish. This one's going to be close. And it looks like Holta may have edged out Toomey for the heat win. First qualifying heat for the men is underway.
I just opened up and ran as fast as I could at the beginning.
Good cut by Olsen in the middle of the field.
When I crossed the finish line, they said that I was first in my heat. I was so shocked.
Olsen across, he's going to take the heat, and now we see where everyone else slots in.
I was in 9th. And when they released the sprint event, my heart like kind of dropped because Brooke Wells is like a track athlete and all those girls are so fast.
Haley runs a 5:20 mile. Incredible distance athlete. In my opinion, she was not prepared for that sprint event. But you know what she said? I got this.
Haley Adams and Brooke Wells lining up right next to each other in this heat.
It was something that I knew that I could excel in. So that's why I was nervous, because I just like, it was important for me to do really well in that event.
Haley Adams in a 28.05. She'll edge out Brooke Wells by a 1/10 of a second.
I won my heat. I was like, I literally did it. So I knew after that, because I just had to beat the people that were kind of close to me, and I did that I had made it.
I think something happened there. It looks like Brooke Wells is talking to her judge.
My judge was the only one with his hand raised, so I walked over and like, why is your hand raised? He's like, you hit the yellow line.
Adrian, when he's in the back, our head judge, briefed, if you step on the line, that's a 10-second penalty.
If you stepped on the line, you're done. That is basically your DQ.
I didn't think anyone was going to step on the line. I didn't think we'd have to address it. And I felt horrible that had to happen. I was like, this sucks. It sucks that Brooke has to get such a big ding for something like that. But again, it's what we brief. We bring the guys out, and I walk up and down the line, and I tell every single guy, don't step on the line.
I had a very clear job to do. I was in 10th place. The only way I was getting through is that I had to run for my life.
Vellner's got to get himself at least into a semifinal heat here. Gudmundsson across the finish line. Vellner's going to get 5th, 26.11. But that is faster than some of the times that we saw in the prior heat, so he could be okay.
I was just carrying too much speed, didn't give myself enough space in the corner. Came across and I hit the line before I hit the finish. Even if I had not had that penalty not existed, I still wasn't fast.
Yeah. You got cut and standing on the sidelines with him, just like, what the is happening? How are these guys getting cut as competition?
I was sitting outside the top 10. Felt like I was running for my life.
David's daughter is 3rd at 28.79. That might get her in.
After that first run was probably the most stressed I've been the whole weekend.
Sigmund's daughter at 29.55. She may not be advancing.
We're waiting to find out who goes on to the next round of the sprint event.
You're just sitting there waiting, and then they call out the last name.
And there's one spot left. And it's Catherine David's daughter.
That's probably the most relief I've ever felt. I got to fight for more, and I got to fight for the rest of the weekend.
I think the only guys I beat were the ones that got DQ'd for stepping on that line at the end. Yep, I'm on the sideline, spectating, watching Noah just crush more points.
Noah Olson has a huge opportunity here to put some more distance between himself and Matt Fraser.
I was very vaguely aware that Matt hadn't made the first cut, and I thought that would bode well for me.
All 5 athletes make the turn at the same time. Jordan Carl Gudmundsson opening up a slight lead on Noah Olson. Sprint to the finish.
Look at Saxon.
And it's Saxon Panchik by 3/100ths of a second. He's going to win the event, and that is gigantic. Winner take all, final heat. All 5 athletes dead even, halfway through. Final sprint through the pylon, and it's Kristen Holta who will win the event.
Huge win for Kristen.
Tia Toomey will take 3rd.
Weird event to cut 10 athletes for. Eventually now we're going to start doing some CrossFit. It's going to be really sweet. So it's too bad. There's going to be no CrossFitters last time.
Ended up taking 3rd overall, which I believe makes me the 3rd fastest man in the world. Probably not.
That cut was the harshest. It was cutthroat. Like, no one could look anyone in the eye. It frustrates me, and I'm disappointed, but I also know I shouldn't have been in that situation anyways.
I can confidently say that this is the fittest I've ever been in my life. and I really thought I had a good shot of running like to be on the podium this year. I can't like watch the girls out there knowing that I should be out there. It was a hard weekend.
Sarah and Sam walk up to me and they're like, Tia, we're rooting for you. Good luck. You know, we're going to be cheering for you. And I was like, what are you even talking about? And they're like, we just got cut.
We're looking for other things that are going on this weekend that we can sign up for.
Yeah.
There's a half Ironman. Only 30-minute drive
I think
away.
you guys would smash a half Ironman.
So,
I'll come.
Yeah.
When does it start? Tomorrow morning? Let's go.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Give me a bike. I'll get a swimsuit.
There's some bikes there.
Yeah, we'll steal these bikes.
I picked the blue one.
You don't
have
need wheels.
chain. Yeah. We're all pretty shocked how much the cut is. Like, we trained, all year for this result.
It's weird with the cut because I feel like the games are literally just starting.
They are.
So it's like weird, but
I think this whole game has kind of just been like a take it on the chin.
it sucks. I can't say I didn't expect it because I mean I'm not the best sprinter, and going into like a single elimination event like that for a cut 10 athletes I think is unreasonable. But I mean, woke up this morning feeling like, well, I'm just gonna send it as hard as I can, and I did, and that's why I stepped on the line. Because I was pushing as hard as I could to try to get any time I could. That's the way it goes. Like, go down swinging at least, right? So, I don't know. It's a growing year. It sucks. It feels weird because we're halfway through the competition, and I feel like we haven't done any meaningful CrossFit yet. We've run 3 times, but like, I want to like go get my hands on some CrossFit Games events, and I feel like now we're gonna start doing that. And some of the top CrossFit Games athletes are not gonna be able there to do it.
Then the CrossFit Games tweeted out, now that we've found the fittest, I believe, now we're going to test strength. As if strength wasn't a reasonable piece in the filtering process required to find the fittest up until that point. I mean, there was a significant criticism in that there wasn't a good strength component in the programming up to that point, which calls into question, legitimately, in my opinion, whether or not the 10 athletes on the floor there are the 10 fittest athletes on Earth.
Do you think the events we've had so far has been a fair test of fitness to narrow it down to 10?
No. If you allowed the top 20 to compete through the whole week, I'd say 4 or 5 of the top 10 that finished where they were would still be in the top 10.
I feel like it would have been better CrossFit Games overall if we would have kept 20 athletes at least through all of Saturday.
I would have certainly left it until the end of Saturday.
Maybe played out in my favor. If they change things next year, my suggestion would be to save the top 10 just for Sunday. Let a few more people ride it out for the rest of the week.
Top 10 right now. Amanda Barnhart, 10. Going 10 to 1. Amanda Barnhart, Captain David Daughter, Bethany Shadbourne, Anna Fragcal, Thurger Helgadottir, Haley Adams, Carrie Pierce, Jamie Green, Kristen Holte, Tia Claire Toomey. 5-point spread between Tia Claire Toomey and Kristen Holte. Ooh, that's going to be a fun battle to play out.
They're daughters? I didn't hear you say daughters.
Yeah, 2 daughters. Thurger and Captain David's daughter.
Annie's out?
Annie's gone. Sarah's gone. Noah Olsen has a significant lead over Matt Fraser. It is 65 points between Matt Fraser and Noah Olsen right now.
There are so many emotions from athletes, obviously not being happy with the cuts, but then they brought in different movements that had never been done at the CrossFit Games before. A dumbbell split snatch and a dumbbell clean and split jerk.
I'm going to go out as hard as I can, hold on to it as long as I can. If I crash and burn in the process, who cares? I'm still a loser. For me, 2nd place or 10th place is the same thing. It's not winning.
I am so excited to see Noah Olsen in this event. He's being chased by the 3-time fittest man on earth, Matt Fraser, and you know he's coming out hot.
My very first takeboard, I got up probably 3, 4, 5 holes, and I fell off.
Matt Fraser in the green, Noah Olsen in the red shorts. First 2 men onto their hang split snatches at 80 pounds.
When you're out on the competition floor, you just want to keep going as fast as you can. But with this particular workout, you actually had to stop and think about every single movement you were doing.
have to put the opposite leg forward than the arm with which you're lifting.
Right hand, left foot, and transition to left hand, and you have to remember to take it out of a hang. I got my fair share of no reps on that one.
Fraser and Olsen dead even through round one. We move on to round two. Tia Toomey is the only woman on round three, and it ain't even close right now. If Fraser and Olsen finish next to each other, all Fraser can pick up is 10 points.
And that was, I would probably say, one of my favorite workouts I've ever done.
Tia Toomey picking up her second event win in the competition.
I really wanted to stand the ground and be like, no, you know, I'm going to do this for everyone that should be out here today.
He's back. Matt Fraser wins event 7.
I'm sitting at the finish line, and BKG and Noah get to the dumbbell about the same time.
Here comes Noah Olsen. They're dead even with 10 reps to go.
No, go faster. Like, I need you to middle.
I could hear the crowd starting to amp up, and I figured that on my last couple I passed him.
Olsen has moved ahead of Gudmundsson. Olsen is done, and he will finish second.
Jumped up onto the finish line, knew that I had taken second in that heat, which would probably fare well for me on the leaderboard as well.
Oh, good. I won the event by a minute, and he's right behind me still. Sweet. 10 points.
On the men's side, I think we're actually lining up for a spectacular finish. We don't know how many events are tomorrow, but everyone's speculating a swimming event. Noah's a good swimmer. Assuming that Matt closes the gap on him a little bit in the heavy lifting event, Noah might, re-extend his lead or retake the lead in the swimming event, and then with only a couple events left on the last day, if Noah's in it, man, this crowd is for him. The adrenaline's high. I don't think it's out of the question that he could win.
What did you just see?
Oh, I just looked at the women's updated standings.
What's the updated standings?
Tia's extended her lead. Holta Green and Carrie Pierce were super close for 2nd through 4th, and I think it's probably going to stay that way. The women's field down to 10, I think has kind of 2 clear groups of women. Katrin being in the group I just mentioned, and the other 5 girls taking nothing against them, but over, a long weekend and a bunch of events, those other 5 girls, Katrin and that group have so much experience. I think they'll continue to distinguish themselves and pull away. But if you had told me a week ago that someone other than Fraser, anyone in the field other than Fraser, had a 50-point lead on him heading into a Saturday night event, I would have bet you all the cheese curds in the town.
There were so many emotions, that big cut, and then you have this big, whatever, explain to it.
You're down to only 10 athletes. There's one platform in the middle of the competition floor in the Coliseum. And one by one, athletes have to step up to the plate and outlift their opponent.
Then start with 315. We go all the way up to 385 unless we need another barbell or 2.
I love that that's how they programmed it.
Matt Fraser, 55 points back of Noah Olsen.
But then at the same time, I was petrified because the most I've cleaned in about a year is 345.
£215 at the opening weight for the women. Are you sure that's not the opening weight for the men?
Well, when he announced the weights, I'm like, that's like my 1 rep max, and I'm not going to be able to do that right now after a 3-day competition.
Shadberg struggling to get out of the hole. 215 for Carrie Pierce.
Ended up tying with 2 other girls.
And now the tiebreak for the 3 women who couldn't hit 215. Here we go. They'll step up to 195 pounds. They have completed 5 times as fast as they can.
It's kind of alarming to me that they're able to squat snatch what they squat snatch for multiple reps on the first cut. It didn't translate to being able to clean 205 though.
Shadberg will hit that, so she will take 9th in the event, and Haley Adams will take 10th.
There was no weight on that bar that I wouldn't have been able to lift that night.
It was just adrenaline going, the crowd was screaming, and it's all eyes on you.
Amanda Barnhart and Tia Toomey going toe-to-toe here. 260 for Barnhart.
if she's going to put out, like, that means that I have to step up to that level and I have to put out as well.
I figured some guys would start dropping on 345, 355. There was a big group that kept going to 265, 370.
Olsen fighting it, and he won't get it, so now we'll have a tiebreak between Noah Olsen and Saxon Pancic, either 6th place or 5th place for Olsen. First to 5 reps to 295 pounds. 4 reps down, 1 remains. This one's gonna come down in the sprint to the finish. Both athletes with the barbell down. Here we go. Oh, and it's gonna be Noah Olsen by 3/100ths of a second. Keep that in mind tomorrow. Scott Pancic will stand this up. He will hit that lift. Matt Fraser, textbook. He will make it. It's going to be Pancic versus Fraser for the win. 265 pounds for Amanda Barnhart.
Amanda unfortunately missed her 265. All I thought was like, this is my shot.
And now it's Tia Toomey. She hits this lift. She wins her 2nd straight event. She misses. We go to the tiebreak.
I knew I could stand that up. It's just in the back of your head, you're also thinking, oh, I've also done a rock run. I've also done so many other workouts. Can I actually stand this up?
And that will do it. 2 straight event wins for the defending CrossFit Games champion. Ridiculous.
Even now thinking about it, I could feel the goosebumps just coming, and I just wanted to roar as loud as the crowd.
Tia Toomey will nearly double her lead over Kristen Holman in the overall standings as she takes yet another event win.
You know, you go to the zoo and you walk up to the tiger exhibit and there's just this one tiger that's lurking right along the glass, just kind of looking at all the kids.
380 pounds on the barbell here, the crowd on its feet as Pancic makes his first attempt. And he will not going to happen.
Scott missed 380.
If Fraser misses, we go to a tiebreak.
I do not want to go into a power clean race at 295 with Scott Pancic. He will dust me.
Matt Fraser for the event win.
Haven't cleaned 380 in years. So, all right, let's go. They say you don't do well under pressure. Let's see.
380 for the 3-time champ.
Cheering so hard and hoping that like anything I could send out there was going to help, and then to hear everyone else, I'm like, yes, we want it too.
Everybody looked at this one guy in this one moment. Can that prove to everybody why he's the fittest and why he's the best in the sport?
Fraser hits this, he wins the event. Come on, man. Come on, man. Mattstown is still Mattstown. Yes!
His reaction tells the whole story. That was pure joy. You know, it really was.
That was the best moment I've ever had at the CrossFit Games.
Get your popcorn ready, everybody, because Sunday is going to be a show at the CrossFit Games.
For Tia and Matt, when the other athlete faltered, they stepped up to the plate and knocked that final barbell out of the park. And when it really mattered most, especially for Matt, to kind of let everyone know that, hey, you may be hanging with me now, but when it really, really counts, I've got another gear and I've got another level, and I'm the best.
Yeah, it's wild out there. I was ready to run through a wall, and I need these points. I'm taking these points. I've like never tried to like get hyped off the audience of like intensely trying to hype them up. I was like, I don't care. I'm putting all pride aside. I'll take whatever I can get.
I think the changes that they've started making for the games, you know, they're different,
but it will challenge us to be better, and we will start expecting more from ourselves in that respect. But I'm a little disappointed with the cuts earlier today, just because if that was me, I'd be gutted.
Dave, at the end, are you convinced you have the top 10 best CrossFitters in the world?
Yeah, absolutely. These guys proved it over a number of events. He just said something about well-known, popular athletes not making a cut. This event isn't about total Instagram followers. This event is about the fittest in the world. And that's what these guys have proven. They've stepped up to the challenge and have gone through all the tests that we presented them, and we have the appropriate people representing for the top 10. They are the best.
I just want to go home and eat a little bit and relax. I'm probably in bed so early.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm like exhausted from today.
You
I
don't
feel
know
like it's like a
why?
mentally draining day.
Oh yeah, here at the
Yeah.
CrossFit Games, it's kind of exhausting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, but we were done before 4. That's like never ever happened at the CrossFit Games before, I think.
Yeah,
My
man.
brother sent.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We got that chimichurrito. That was for you.
Hey, don't screw up.
Oh, how are you doing?
Good.
Jumped out of my seat.
Huge for Noah. So if Olsen's going to finish 5th, that gives him 60 points.
Oh, Saxon kicked his wrong leg forward.
Oh. That might be the most electric I've seen that stadium. You know, we talked about it before we went on the floor. I was like, dude, use the crowd. Like, you've got to. Like, you know, these guys are on, like, full tilt right now, right? Like, you know, they're beat up, but yeah, we get after it in the box. We solve all the problems of the world.
Come on, Matt. Oh, yeah! Matt is still Matt. 2 straight wins. And strap in.
Hyped up, and then you scream, and then you come down, and you're like, a little faint. And then you get about, I don't know, whatever, 2 minutes, and then you do it all over again.
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than lifting the actual weight, but yeah, it's amazing.
Tell them about our first year at the games, when we had to share a bed.
2014, first night at the CrossFit Games, getting ready. Matt and I snuggled in a double bed. Not a king-size bed. It was a queen-size bed.
I told him when we went to bed, I was like, hey man, like, don't be concerned if you wake up and I'm cuddling you, because I'm a cuddler. And then he woke up and I'm just like latched onto his side.
What the hell? You are not a cuddler. I never get cuddled midnight. You liar!
Yeah, this is my squad. Joanne, Guido, Andre, Bijan, Julian, and yeah, just good people. Good energy.
He's happy behind.
Hey! I gotta say hi to this dog. What's up, guys? How's it going? Man, I appreciate all you guys, but I'm so interested in this dog. Can I pet this dog? Is that okay? Hi, bud. Thank you guys so much. You guys having fun out there? Oh my gosh.
Can I grab a selfie with you?
Yeah, you can. Hi, bud. You a good boy, huh? Boy or a girl?
A boy.
What's his name?
Felix.
Awesome. Hey, Felix.
Hey, actually, Adam.
He called the peak line and I actually would answer the phone, like very few CrossFit gyms do nowadays. And it was him. He said, I'm interested in whatever you guys got going on. I said, stop by.
I was super into aesthetics back then, like every college kid. I just wanted to be ripped and jacked.
Right.
And on the poster, it was Guido running on the beach, and he was shredded. And I was like, oh my God, I want to look like that guy. That's what CrossFit does? Hello, sir, I'm in. So.
Oh, but you don't even know that was super Photoshop.
Got me. Leaving the stadium last night, somebody said, Noah, was that the best moment of your life? And I said, getting engaged, then that. Got you, babe.
Is that the right answer?
Are we supposed to kiss now? Yeah.
You have something in your teeth.
So you do want to kiss? It was the true answer.
No.
Yeah.
That was sweet. Thank you.
I don't know, that moment was really cool. I really genuinely was walking away thinking like, how can I absorb more of this energy and good feeling that I feel right now? Because it's like, I don't know, I feel like that can fill me up for the entire year, just based on that moment right there and all those people. And that's pretty cool.
So going into Sunday, the first event was a swim. Tia Tumi's at the top and really kind of running away with it, and is, establishing herself as basically as the champion once again. The thing we didn't expect was to see Matt Fraser not in first place going into Sunday. The last couple of years, he's had a monumental lead going into the final day of competition.
Not only does he need to really win most of the events at this point, what's staring us on the schedule in the face is that he can't just win, the events unless there's some sort of double event that shows up.
Good morning, dude. I looked at the schedule, I was like, wow, there's only 3 events left for me to try to hold on to this thing. I know one of them is gonna be a swim. So I was feeling really good. I was excited.
Straight ahead, swim around there, and back, swim 1,000, grab your paddleboard, paddle 1,000. 4 times.
That was the one event all weekend that I wanted to grab the win. I knew Maddie McLeod was a really good swimmer, and Tia as well. Like, I've swum with Tia a lot. She's like a fish in the water, so.
This year it was 1,000 meters and I was pumped. I was like, the longer the better.
Ninth event to kick off day number 4 here.
At the start of the event, the boys got at the start again. And I'm like, man, well, at least I've only got to get past 10, right? Tap Noah on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, Noah, move over, man. I'm coming through. He's like, yep, no worries, here.
Underway with the swim here, and this is chaos.
This is chaos, but it's also very violent.
Immediately, as soon as we verse the boys, I'm like, I'm out to beat the boy.
Matt McLeod and Tia Tumi, the early leaders here on this 1,000-meter swim. Tumi and McLeod, the 2 Australians, a sizable lead as they make the turn for home. They will come out of the water, grab their paddleboard, and we get right back in.
And I look over and I notice it's Matt McLeod. I'm like, oh, howdy, mate. And then I start noticing, I was like, this mate over here, he's dragging behind me and I'm doing all work. So I was like, Matt, get up over here, come on.
Noah Olson, Bethany Shadburn, and James Newberry making the transition to the paddleboard, as is Bjorn Carl Grubenson. And now Matt Fraser getting set to come out of the water, but he is way back in the pack.
Try to come in as closely behind Noah as possible. Don't panic, don't go out too hot.
Matt McLeod and Tia Tumi continue to lead on the paddleboard.
Obviously, we're both going to get first if we just play the game right. And at the end, we'll just bring it. And we'll see whoever crosses the line first out of the 2 of us.
James Newberry on the orange paddleboard on the left has passed Noah Olson.
He came up, he's like, hey, mate, how you doing? And I was like, man, I'm great, how are you? He's like, this is so good, huh? And I was like, yeah, man, how cool is it that this is our job? And he's like, yeah, man, it's pretty awesome. I'll see you later. And I was like, dang, all right, see you, bro. And he took off.
Matt McLeod and Tia Tumi, the 2 Australians coming in together, and they are both going to rack up another event win.
I said, hand your board off carefully, but as soon as our feet hit the ground, we're sprinting to the end.
And they're going to race each other. It's not even going to matter.
Love it.
And so we're just like running, and I'm like running, and I'm like elbowing him a little bit, like, come on, Maddie, let's go.
Matt McLeod and Tia Tumi, Aussie pride on display as they will both win the event. Here comes James Newberry. He will take second. Noah Olson, the overall leader, after 8 events, is going to hang on to that white leader's jersey.
I ended up finishing 3rd there. I think that went about as well as it could have gone.
Now the question is, where is Matt Fraser?
I went, oh shit, this is going to be rough.
Matt Fraser is in, and he will take 5th place in event number 9.
Heck yeah! Hey, puppies! Hi, look.
Noah just took 20 points on that, right? So, and he was already ahead. I mean, there's some CrossFit left though. I can win on the rest of the events, but there's not enough guys. I don't know.
Came into the swim event 15 points behind. Came out of the swim event 35 points behind. So it definitely didn't help my cause.
the swim ended and, where he finished, I put him at what looked like almost near impossible deficit.
So I'm going to put enough points on the table to just beat Noah and win out.
My mind only had 2 more events left, and at that point, when I saw Coach Max in the warm-up area, I looked at him and I was like, dude, we could do this, huh? He's like, we can do this.
I was doing a lot of, evaluating, a lot of justifications of, it's okay. I have an amazing life.
They brought us to the Coliseum to announce the final events of the evening. Surprise, surprise, the second to last event ended up being a 2-piece event, which in hindsight wasn't great for me because the more scores there were, the more shift that there could be on the leaderboard.
I remember sitting next to Shane and I was like, yes.
So with the announcement of 2 workouts back to back, and then a 3rd one to come, that's very good news for Matt Fraser.
I knew hammer through this first one recklessly. The second one than anyone else.
Final heat of Ringer 1 is underway, and look at James Newberry crank away on those 30 calories. I remember watching James Newberry get on the bike in Ringer 1 and thinking, he is going to kill himself.
When I would hit that assault bike way more aggressively than I ever would have if I was in the lead.
And he bought in and did so well with staying present and addressing what he could address in each moment.
James Newberry is done. 34 seconds.
James Newberry hooked in that assault bike, and that was impressive.
I gave it everything in that first 30 cows, and then when I got up on the rings, I knew I had time, but I knew I couldn't slack off in the 20 cows.
So Olsen and Fraser about even. James Newberry back on the bike, 20 calories. He's about halfway through this event. And here comes Fraser. He moves into second. Gubitson now in third. Noah Olsen has some ground to make up here in this event. He's off the rings and onto the bike. James Newberry stays in the lead.
You know that he's thrown everything he's got in every moment, especially with an assault bike, and he's catching up to James, and that's 10 points that are going to be the difference between him winning and not winning the CrossFit Games. That's that moment, and his mother and brother and father are thinking it, Sandy's thinking it, but we're uncomfortable too, right?
Watch James Newberry on the left. Can he finish this? But here comes Matt Fraser.
Don't be scared. If you fail, you lose nothing. You're in the same position you're in coming into it. You have nowhere to go but up.
Newberry's done. Fraser's done. And let's go. Newberry's off. He's going to win the event. Fraser's off. He'll take second.
I gave pretty much everything I had, and it drained my battery pretty hard, and I was pretty surprised to see Matt only a second behind me or 2 seconds behind me.
So Matt Fraser cuts 20 points off of Noah Olsen's lead. 5 more athletes remain to go here in the second and final heat, and they are your top 5. Katrin Davidsdottir, she comes in 5th place overall.
Those are my favorite kinds of workouts. The ones where you just get to go, it's in the Coliseum.
How many times has Katrin Davidsdottir had her back against the wall and then come out swinging?
Just went out really hard without redlining. And then I just held.
Davidsdottir is done with her 30 calories and now onto her 30 toes to rings.
We do this a lot in training, where we just go really hard. And then we recover and see if we can do it again. And sometimes I can't, sometimes I go too hard. But that kind of teaches you about that red line zone.
Katrin Davidsdottir doesn't have a choice here. If she wants a shot at the podium, she has to win events.
Katrin Davidsdottir doing work. The sled dog wins event 10.
I like seeing how people carry themselves in the rest. What are they thinking? Are they oh shit, I'm dying going into it? Or are they fired up for the next one even though their legs are still burning? even just sprinting towards the rings, I was like, oh shit, my legs are like jelly right now.
60 total repetitions in this event, and we start with those 15 burpees to rings, and David's daughter is off to a great start.
You need to go full send here. There is no other option but go, and Katrin David's daughter is doing just that.
And now 10 burpees to rings for the two-time CrossFit Games champion.
It's always that middle round second movement, like the over squats. That's when you're like, holy crap, like this burns.
Those overhead squats were painful. If anyone tells you otherwise, they are lying.
Final reps for David's daughter. 2 for 2 for Katrin. 2 wins, 200 points inside the Coliseum.
$200 points at that time in the game, that's crucial. Like, I needed that. Like, I was there to fight. I didn't have anything to lose.
I think I recovered better than anyone. You give me a minute rest, and I'm back to 95% of my fresh ability.
Can Noah Olson hold off Matt Fraser? Second and final heat of event 11, ringer 2.
I kept telling myself, you can do anything for 2 minutes. Just hold your breath and go. I have nothing to lose, so who cares?
Matt Fraser leads, first man to the barbell.
You know, legs were heavy, hands were screaming.
I was just trying to finish that as quickly as I could. I could tell that my burpees were sluggish, but my body was hurting, so I just tried to go through those.
Bjorgman Gudmundsson sits in second, Noah Olson is in third. Again, if this holds in this event, regardless of where these men finish, Matt Fraser is going to take the white jersey from Noah Olson.
My life resume after this is going to be different. 2 minutes that I don't want to regret. Don't leave anything to what if. Just go.
And Matt Fraser is zeroing in on the top of the overall leaderboard. Give me my jersey. He is your new overall leader. Matt Fraser wins event 11. So now Noah Olson has got to worry about dropping out of the top 3. He's across the finish line. He will take 5th in the event.
Yeah, dude. It's a little emotional, to be honest. I mean, his back's against the wall. He needed help. I mean, there's just things that are out of his control right now that easily can take over your performance, you know? To be able to go out and just execute, knowing that that's all you can do and win both workouts in a situation like that, that's a competitor. I don't think I've ever had a more stressful 2 days in my entire life. But it shouldn't be easy, right?
So going into the final event, Matt takes the lead. He's back wearing the white leader's jersey. Everybody's looking at him. They're like, does Noah have what it takes? Does he have that drive, that fire to be able to best Fraser when he's trying to get his 4th win in a row?
I went into the final event with a 25-point lead, 10 points per spot. So I knew if Noah finished ahead of me, I could only allow one person to middle us for me to still win.
It started with Grace, which is 30 clean and jerks on the barbell for time, and it finished with Isabel, which is 30 snatches for time on the barbell. But the middle part was kind of the crux of the workout for a lot of people, which was 30 ring muscle-ups. Ring muscle-ups are one of Noah Olson's best movements.
So the question now was, could Noah do enough on the ring muscle-ups to put enough distance between himself and Matt in order to be crowned fittest on earth?
As I'm walking out, I just got goosebumps, and I couldn't help but think, hell yeah, this is my time to rock.
Tia Toomey has mathematically clinched here. She's got to get through this event to make it official. Kristen Holt is trying to hang on to second place overall. It would be her first career podium finish at the CrossFit Games. And Catherine Davidsdottir and Jamie Green, they're going to have a battle. Whoever wins the event between the two of them stands on the podium.
So going onto the floor, I knew this is bigger than just this game. This is bigger than just this one victory. It's winning or nothing. So I'm not going to try to play it safe to keep a podium spot. I'm going for broke.
One event stands between Tia Toomey and history. We are underway.
Tia Toomey going for singles, Kristen Holta as well, but on the right side of the floor, Jamie Green and Amanda Barnhart are choosing touch and go reps.
I knew not to get caught up in their race, but I knew I just needed to get through those muscle-ups, and then I was going to secure my third title.
What he's doing is keeping a comfortable distance between him and Matt Fraser, knowing that his advantage is coming on the rings.
Toomey is done. Jamie Green trying to work her way onto the podium. The battle for third is between her and Catherine Davidsdottir. Matt Fraser onto the rings.
I knew it was an okay workout for me, but I knew it was a great workout for Noah.
I decided to be smart about it, do sets of 5, keep short little breaks.
Second set of 10 for Matt Fraser. Tia Toomey with every rep inching closer to history.
I hadn't just gotten there by myself. I'd gotten there with a team. Half of my team is standing right in front of me, and that's Shane Orr. He just like, come on.
Olsen takes the lead briefly as Fraser hops back up on the rings and gets to work. And now another break for Fraser. And Noah Olsen has taken the lead. Olsen, the first man to the barbell, as Fraser will join him.
As I stepped forward to the barbell, I heard everybody go crazy, and from my peripheral, I could kind of see that I was the only one on the barbell, so I was like, oh, sweet, they must be cheering for me.
30 reps remain for Tia Toomey. 95 pounds on the barbell. Jamie Green, meanwhile, is trying to hold off a comeback from Catherine Davidsdottir.
I just stopped. I got the crowd going.
2017 was the worst. 2018 was the second. 2019 is history. Tia Toomey has done it. She is the first woman to win 3 CrossFit Games championships.
It wouldn't matter how much pain I was in. It wouldn't matter how much I was hurting. I would have to black out, collapse on the floor before I let someone else pass me.
And look at Matt Fraser rip through these reps.
He would die. He would come off that floor and stretch on the floor. He would lose.
Matt Fraser going touch and go again for another set of 5.
I'll hurt more than anyone here, without a doubt.
Mr. Froning, you have company. For the 4th straight time, Matt Fraser is the CrossFit Games champion. Noah Olsen, for the first time in his career, will stand on the podium, and Bjorn Gudmundsson will join him.
4th straight victory. First male athlete to have 6 podium finishes in a row. It meant a lot. This was the games for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, your 2019 CrossFit Games champion, Matt Fraser!
Happy birthday.
I I walk across the line, I find Shane, and I give him the biggest hug. He's like, all right, good job. Now go and cheer everyone else on. I'm like, I know. Let me, one, catch my breath back, and two, let's just like embrace this moment.
Knowing that you come across the line is awesome. Really cool. You get me every time, Hugo.
Jamie Green is in, and she will join Tia Toomey on the CrossFit Games podium. Kristen Holta, she may be wearing a silver medal around her neck at the end of the evening. But take nothing away from Catherine Davidsdottir. She was basically left for dead heading into the sprint event and found her way into the top 10.
I think I'm the most proud that I've been. This weekend was not easy. There was like a lot of ups and downs, and I felt like I was able to keep a clear head through all of it.
Amped up. I'll wait till it's official. It always feels like something can happen, so you might just throw another workout out, so I'll wait till it's... See ya.
To be able to win 3 CrossFit Games championships in a row, like that's no easy feat. And I was going up against such phenomenal athletes. I was very proud.
Good job, buddy.
That's the sweetest. I had to work for that. He's always worked for me. Like, I haven't experienced stress like that in a long time. I don't know, ever. Just wild. Worked so hard, man. It's just like gut-wrenching. I see all the blood, sweat, and tears, you know?
Waiting for one of these for a long time.
How about this one?
I'll take it. Thanks, brother. Cheers. Got the American flag. Thanks, Jay. It is what it is. I went with the flow. I enjoyed the experience. I finished second in the world. Finally got to stand up on the podium. I definitely was able to really, really appreciate the moment and breathe it all in and share it with a lot of the people that I loved. So I loved this year at the games, and I'm excited for more.
I literally still look up to these girls, and they've been my role model since I started, so the fact that I was beating them, it just makes me want to work so hard because I know that I can be one of the best one day, and I don't even know how to describe it. They're still my idols, so.
I've given up and dedicated a lot over the last 4 or 5 years to doing this. A lot of sacrifices, put a lot of stuff on hold, missing out on a lot of fun things. 4 straight golds, like that's something that no one can take away. That's forever.
I know the hard work that I've had to put in. I've enjoyed it so much that there's no stopping me now. I'm going to keep doing it because I love how much I've evolved and I love what I've become.
First impression, I'm happy. There's a lot of little things I need to tweak and work on. There's a lot of little things I've already identified I'm not ready to share, but a lot of things we could do better, but there always is. And it wouldn't be getting better if I wasn't thinking of what can be better. But as far as finding the fittest people for this year, fittest man, fittest woman, and fittest team, we accomplished that, no doubt. I don't think anybody can question that.
Going into the weekend, I was thinking if Matt and Tia don't win, there's going to be a lot of questions. The fittest always end up on top.
Despite all the craziness of the whole season, you got to hand it to them that, you know, it still works.
Now, what makes it really incredible, back to what I said about Tia and Matt, it didn't matter the order for them at all. They still dominated. And so maybe that's what CrossFit will see, is that maybe all they care about is the first place person. And you know what? They persevered anyways. No matter what order, no matter what format, no matter where the cuts, they were still going to come out on top. So if I look at it, did we find the fittest on earth? Yeah, absolutely.
usually it's harder to earn your spot at the games than it was this year. And then once you get there, we go on this crazy journey together. And I feel like we took that journey together this year because it was so short.
People ask me like, what did you learn from that? And I'm like, I mean, I learned not to step on a line and make a stupid mistake, but it didn't have anything to do with my performance.
There's a reason that some names are familiar, and that's because they consistently show up and prove what we're used to seeing as Fittest.
The aim is not necessarily to find the fittest person. The aim is to find the CrossFit Games champion. And if that's the aim, then that's the aim. And it could just be